I almost did not do this video because I am tired, but then I realized there is too much to talk about. So we are going to get into it. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of what we're talking about on Wednesday. I'm back. Happy Canada Thanksgiving and happy, oh no, y'all's Thanksgiving is November. Never mind. Yeah. Happy Thanksgiving to Canada. There has been a lot transpiring over the last 7-8 days. I want to talk about, and I wrote it down in my agenda because I didn't want to forget nothing. So, oh my God, there's so much to talk about. Let's talk about the awesomeness right now. And the awesomeness would be congratulations to Black Girl Magic Queen Simone Biles, gymnast who is breaking records, breaking her own records, having moves named after her. Black Girl Magic in the building. What's up? Gymnast killing it. Congratulations on another successful, several gold that she won over the past, I don't know, week or weekend. She's fantastic and I salute her. Now let's get into the mess, the messy, the drama. Let's talk about the things I don't like or really am happy about. One, Zoe Kravitz was named Catwoman in the upcoming Batwoman movie. And I'm hoping that she can surprise me, but I'm not expecting her to. I don't think her acting abilities go very far and extend to a reach that's really gonna be like, wow, you know, Catwoman has really been reinvigorated. I'm not seeing it, so I'm gonna, on that one, we'll see how that goes. And now to more depressing news. Gun violence in Canada, specifically Ontario, Canada, has gone on a rampage. A young boy was killed last week getting into his mom's car in Hamilton, Ontario because of a stabbing. As he was getting into his mother's car, two young boys, 17 and 14, attacked him from behind and stabbed him to death. Now, I'm not fully following this story, so I'm just going to tell you the bits and pieces I've heard it in my opinion. My opinion is right? Apparently they had been bullying him and this was a pre-planned attack. Not sure what a child would do to another child, or they just hated him that much that they want to stab him, and he died. And it's sick. And while our politicians are talking about, during our current election, talking about giving everybody more money and doing all these great things, what they need to do is focus on why there are so many guns on the streets in the GTA and in Toronto, and figure out why these kids, because they're often children, you know, between 25 down, shooting at each other. Like blatantly shooting at each other in the streets like it's some sort of Grand Theft Auto video game. Not sure what. GTA means Greater Toronto Area, not Grand Theft Auto here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not sure what's going on. Prayers up to the mom who's lost her son. It's literally October. He just went back to school and has dealt with bullying, I think, in a previous school. That's why he went to this school. Don't quote me on that part. But at the end of the day, a baby was taken by other babies. And we need to be talking about what's happening to these babies and not how the politicians can promise us more money. We ain't gonna get the money. We all know that. Cost of living continues to rise. The housing crisis continues to rise. And the death toll of children continues to rise. So let's prioritize here, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of gun violence, there was a shooting in Fort Worth in, forgive me, I don't know the state, but a woman by the name of Tatiana Jefferson was in her home and her nephew was there, and the police were called because there was some suspicious activity around her house. I guess it was like 2 or 3 in the morning. Her door was open. Police arrived, did not announce themselves, spotted Tatiana, and proceeded to shoot to kill in her home without announcing themselves. Now, usually we hear about these stories and figure, oh, the cop is going to get off because, you know, Black lives don't really matter to these people. However, based on the body cam, and thank God for that, the body cam and the evaluation of his actions upon entering her home, it has been decided that he should be charged for murder. This guy was I think his name is Alan. I don't even want to give his name recognition because he's trash. But he had just got out of the academy and had been on his very first, working with his very first police department, and decided that this looked too suspicious. I don't want to announce myself. I'm just going to shoot to kill. And now we are mourning the loss of another Black person to senseless violence at the hands of a police officer. However, this man is being charged with murder and was asked to resign, and he did so. He was he was in jail for maybe 4 or 5 hours and bailed out. So I guess we'll continue to see how this story goes. I mean, they just gave that other cop who killed a Black man in his house 10 years, and people were outraged, myself included. So we'll see what this homeboy gets. That's just the way it goes, right? Next, I want to talk about this picture I'm going to insert here. Now, I looked at this picture and there was a video of this girl showing how she can change the hair texture from silky Asian to Black textured. And a lot of people were like, this is past embracing a different culture and celebrating a different culture. This is blatant appropriation. And I agree in so many ways, because he has an afro, y'all. An afro. Okay. Can the argument be made that when we buy silky weave and silky long hair that isn't supposed to be our natural texture, are we not, and have we not also been appropriating Indian hair culture since straightening our hair? Or are we allowed to do that, but they're not allowed to go to great lengths to get our style? While I don't agree with what they're doing, I am a woman who perms her hair because I like straight hair. And I don't know if I can really argue this point heavily without feeling like a bit of a hypocrite, because while my hair is naturally straight, it's kinkier than what it is right now because chemicals have altered the texture, and whatever she's doing or whatever they've done to get this is altering their natural texture. So while, yes, it's appropriation, can we really be taking this argument on as heavily as we'd like to? I'm going to leave it up to y'all to discuss that one. I think it's a little messed up, but at the same time, I feel like you could say that I've been appropriating Indian hair or Asian hair or whatever hair because I've straightened my hair and my natural texture is a little bit thicker than this, a little bit kinkier than this. It's still actually straight, but not this straight. So can the argument be made that we can't really argue this one and get mad about this one? Don't come for me because I don't really care. But yeah, I think that's all I wanted to. Oh no, Bulgaria. Is it Bulgaria? Oh Lord, y'all are gonna kill me for this. I'll insert the country here. There was a soccer game, and it was England versus, oh my God, a country that starts with B. Not Bulgaria, or maybe it is Bulgaria, not Belgium. No, I think it's Bulgaria. And anyway, so the UK team came out, and the team is predominantly Black. And this country proceeded to berate and fill the stadium with racial slurs. And they got in trouble for it. Now, if a team comes to another country to play a soccer game and you're going into the stadium to watch it, is your intention to be racist? Is your intention to scream obscenities? I guess you can't really expect much when you go to these kind of large sporting events. However, this country, the stadium was reprimanded, everybody was removed, and then the coach kind of said, well, the UK team is kind of being sensitive, but then the owner kind of apologized. Honestly, I wouldn't go to a country like that. I know what I look like. I know how people might perceive me. However, being a soccer player and just going out there for the good game and love of soccer and the sport, I would hope that these people would have been able to put these differences aside and just root for their country instead of being nasty. So shame on you. Shame on your behavior. And I hope you don't get any more soccer teams coming to your country. Anyway, y'all, I'm tired. This has been another episode of what we're talking about on Wednesday. Let me know your thoughts on these conversations in the comments below. See you next time.